What's up, y'all? This is Dre with Brothers Uniting Leadership Development, Bill 206, and we're here with another episode of our Build Black Wealth podcast. I'm in the studio with my brother, Heru. What's
Peace,
up?
fam. It's good to see you, man. Glad to be here in the studio. It's lovely.
Always good. Heru is one of our Build Black Wealth Incubator Program participants for 2023, so we're going to jump on in. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you do and how you kind of got into the work that you do?
For sure. Like I said, my name is Heru. I'm a Qigong instructor, REN XUE Qigong instructor, Yuan Ming, Yuan Gong medicine, which is Qigong is an ancient form of traditional Chinese medicine based in movement, moving Qi, which is the life force, the energy throughout the body to heal, to restore balance and homeopathic well-being within yourself. It's one of the first stages of traditional Chinese medicine, so it's the oldest, about 3,500 years old. But as I was wanting to make some changes in my life, really, I was going through some things in my life, relationships and emotions and just kind of repeating the same patterns. I wanted to heal. So, several years ago, I went on this journey of self-discovery. And, as I was changing my diet and changing my, the way I interacted with people, I also came across this ancient art, that was beneficial for me. It helped me change patterns of behavior. So from there, I just began to practice every day. So because I wanted to meditate, really, I couldn't meditate because I couldn't sit still. So Qigong let me meditate. So really, I started to practice. And from that point on, I realized that I couldn't hold it into myself. I had to share it with my people. So I started reaching out to brothers and sisters in my area that I knew, family first, and then into my friend zone. Like, hey, look, it's working for me. Check it out. And it was helping them too. So, I became an instructor, got certified, and began to teach it in the community.
So how long have you, well, it sounded like you went through a journey where you went like to a self-healing process, and this is something that you latched onto, and then you're like, okay, this is amazing. Let me share it with my family, friends, and community. So how long ago was that process that you went through that?
That was about 10 years ago it started. The journey started, just being in the corporate world, dealing with diversity, equity issues, and personal struggles, and wanted to jump over that. But about 10 years ago it started. And then about 7 years ago is when I started teaching it and sharing it like as a actual instructor. I got my first certification about 7 years ago. And then the whole process to get fully certified is a 9-year process. There's multiple levels a practitioner. And so I have to continue to go back and to continue to educate and practice and to show my prowess and then be certified by the creator of this form, this style, who came out of China.
That's what's up. So you kind of talked about it a little bit. Like, what's your motivation to continue to do what you do for like the community? I just want you to dive in a little more into that. And, it might be even tying into like what it was the benefits for you, but also like what's your why? Why do you do what you do, and why do you want to continue to do it?
Well, black people stress. Black people stress, and because of the stress, they get ill, they die early. We die early. Right. And I didn't want to be one of those people, and I didn't want to see any more of my people if I could help it die early. So my focus is really on black and brown people who are dealing with the effects of racism, of tragedy, of violence, grief, loss, and suffering, to help them heal. I found out through that Qigong practice that you could really transcend stress. Like, you didn't have to stress anymore. We've been kind of taught in westernized civilization that you have to stress, right? The philosophy around the practice, is about understanding that if you manage stress, it'll hurt you and it might kill you. So let's transcend it, right? You don't sit down on an attack and get comfortable. You get off the attack, so let's figure out a way to get off this stress. And so learning how to breathe, learning how to eat, learning how to stand, learning how to heal, learning how to really change patterns of behavior in the way that you perceive events in your life can help you heal. So, I realized it was easy, right? 15, 20 minutes a day, I could help my black people, de-stress. Right. So it's easy and it was free. So I'm like, I'm gonna give it away to my family and friends, man. And it worked. I saw people, relaxing a little bit more, smiling a little bit more, not eating, terrible foods, not drinking and smoking as much. So like, those types of things, it directly correlated to well-being, and I wanted to give it away. So let's find a way to do that.
Yeah, that's dope. You're kind of saying like we don't need to manage stress. We need to eliminate or figure out ways to not even have to stress. Like you said, I like that analogy where you're like, hey, you don't sit on the tack and get comfortable. Like it's going to be painful until you move up off the tack. So I think stress, like you said, stress is the same. And you talked about this a little bit, but I would like to know like describe your journey. Like, what was the tipping point for you to get to, like, I need to make a change in my life? And you talked a little bit about diet and the meditation piece. So just, what was your journey towards that? And then, like, what was one of the biggest lessons you learned? I know it's always lifelong learning, right? We're always learning and evolving. But, it'd really be helpful for folks to know, like, what kind of was the tipping point to get you on the path, and then how's the journey been, and then, like, what's one of the biggest lessons you learned thus far?
Bro, I mean, I lost my family, right? Destroyed my family, anger, frustration, arguing, that type of thing, just really decimated not only my family, but just relationships in general. And a lot of the relationships around me, I was like one of those, I was like angry black dude. I was stereotype, right? And I got tired of it. I got tired of being angry, got tired of being upset, got tired of being disappointed, got tired of disappointing others. And I tried a lot of different things and nothing worked. Right. So, I had to find something that worked. So I literally took 3 months off from work and went on a journey around America. I went down to Oakland, got some material in Oakland, went over to Philadelphia, hung out with some brothers in Philadelphia, went to D.C., linked up with some people in D.C., got hooked up with some African-centered healing organizations and learned from them. Got a teacher who had been teaching for over 60 years now, who wrote 50 books on this stuff, you know what I mean? And he became my direct mentor even. And so really, linking up with those brothers and sisters and seeing, the trajectory of their lives over 50 years of peace, of not being angry, right? And realizing that if they could do it, I could do it too. And it really, understanding, at the end of the day, that peace was my natural response to all situations, that I operate best in peace, and that peace is my natural way of being, and it's our natural way of being. And that's something I'd never been told. People told me to be peaceful, to go find peace and happiness, but be it was something different.
Right, that's dope, man. I appreciate you sharing your journey and just even being vulnerable and talking about some of the dysfunctions that were going on that you realized and said, you know what, this ain't it. I need to take a pause, 3-month pause on everything and go get some of this, see what other folks are doing, get this communal information, and then turn it into where you're able to fix yourself, fix your own situation, but also you're also now in the process of healing others. So I appreciate you sharing that with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with my brother Heru on this episode of the Build Black Wealth Podcast.
Build is back with another year of our Build Labor Standards Initiative. Join us this year as we focus on the Black community members who are in the arts and entertainment category as we dive into the major ordinances within the city of Seattle. Join us at upcoming events and visit our website to learn more. Visit www.build206.com/labor standards to learn more.
Welcome back to the Build Black Wealth Podcast. My name is Dre with Build 206, and I'm in the studio once again with my brother Heru.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate you joining us. So let's jump back in. What is one resource that you feel like our community needs when you're thinking about business and entrepreneurship and just support? What is maybe 1 or 2 resources that you feel like we need for our businesses to be or us to be successful as a community?
Oh man, build. I mean, mentorship, guidance, resources, networking, right? Someone to sit down and kind of show you the pain points of business and how to avoid those, how to, make sure that you take care of your finances, your business finances, those types of things. And, really my first introduction to what Build does, to be honest with you, was that. I didn't come into Qigong to build a business, right? I didn't come into healing to build a business, and I didn't even think about it as a business. I was like, I'm gonna just give it away. But then it started becoming a business because people were like, well, where's your W-9? Where's your business license? Are you incorporated? What's your EIN? And I'm like, whoa, what's your business plan, right? And how are you gonna get resources? How are you gonna finance this? Because I was paying out of pocket, and things like that. And so stepping into what Build had to offer, last year was just blowing my mind. You know what I mean? All the resources that y'all provide. So finding, mentorship like that wherever you are is a major boost to what we can do as a community.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And that's been a recurring theme talking to folks about the mentorship over the 2 years of doing this program. And then that was really kind of our intent, was just create a space, because if schools aren't teaching it to us, our community's been eliminated from it. So a lot of times our parents or elders, aren't able to share that information. Not that they don't want to, they just don't know it. And then sometimes some folks do have it, and then they want to gatekeep, hold on, because we're also dealing with the overlayer of capitalism, right? So it's like, I'm gonna get mine and forget everybody else. So that's really what we were trying to create, a safe space for us as Black folks to be able to, one, share some resources, knowledge, because if you don't know, you don't know. Like you said, these are things that are coming. Yeah, I do want to, it's not even plan on me being a business, but yeah, I'm getting all these questions, and we still got to operate in the systems that are set up, unfortunately. So we were just trying to give tools and have conversations. And we learned stuff in some of the conversations too, because there's other people that do all these different businesses, like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. So it was also an opportunity for us to learn as an organization and grow and evolve. So I appreciate you sharing that, because that has been an overtone. I heard from a few people there's the importance of mentorship. I think in business or this life, and whatever it is, like having mentors and being able to rock with people is always beneficial, to be able to bounce things off. So now that you are an entrepreneur, what is one tip or trick that you learned to see? You talked about some of the stuff that we've been able to provide, but what is something that you feel like may help others be successful in being an entrepreneur?
And take care of the finances up front. Really start planning how you're going to spend your money, but plan how you set up and structure your business, right? Things like transportation. One of the first things I learned in a workshop here was about, just taking care of my receipts, right? So for me, I was doing everything, like I said, out of pocket. Didn't have to. Right. Or at the very least, the first couple of years I could have saved thousands of dollars in taxes, right? That I blew through. Right. So just starting there with making sure you structure your business so it's financially sound, you take care of your business plan, you set up your banking and things like that. It's huge, right? But really, also for me, doing something that you love. Right, doing something that's important to help give back to the community. You mentioned it earlier about how we sometimes build these businesses and hoard the information, things like that. Share, right? As we share, that's the principle of our people. Really, as we share, we grow. We're not individuals. We're a community, and we got to move like one. So yeah, those two things are majorly important to me.
Yeah, the communal piece is dope, and then the finance. Look, I always tell people, don't commingle. Even if you're a sole proprietor, have a separate account, so that way if you get audited, the IRS wants to know, and just for you to track. It's just a lot easier than having things commingled, and then you can know what's the write-off. Oh, I spent this out of this account. Okay, that's a business write-off. I've had to get this maintenance done on my car that I use for business. That's a business write-off. So like I said, a lot of these things that folks don't know. I learned a lot on YouTube University, just watching YouTube. There's so much information out here now, so just make sure that folks tap in on the resource. So couple more questions. What's the best advice you can give somebody who wants to start a business or may not even want to? Sounds like even in your situation, you didn't really necessarily want to start a business, but you did. It turned into a business. But like somebody who's just got like an ideal, just like kind of get over the hump of like getting things started, like what's the best advice you would give somebody?
Do your research, but don't hold back either. Step over the ledge, right? A lot of times we have these great business ideas and these great ideas in general, but we never take that leap of faith. We got to step into it, right? If you visualize it, if you see it, right, you're just remembering how to do it anyway. So go ahead and step in, take the chance, right? Don't hold back, because that could keep you from greatness. So really embrace the goal and embrace the vision, right? Do it with joy. Be happy about it, you know what I mean? Even through the hard times, right? Learn how to learn from the hard times, right? There's a reason the hard times came, so that you can continue to elevate. So just don't hold back, man. I sat back for a couple of years, and I was like, I'm not going to teach. I'm not going to incorporate. I'm not going to, build a business at all. I'm just going to sit around on this myself, and it was uncomfortable. I got comfortable as I started doing it. Now, I teach in elementary schools, and my oldest client is 95 years old. So we get to share this with everybody.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
and just a sports analogy, like you don't make no shots you don't take, right?
Exactly.
So you can't be scared to miss. You may miss some, and that's okay, but you're still trying to make the shot. So I appreciate that. That's a nice little nugget for folks. Like, hey man, you gotta get off the porch, man. Let's see what else.
Come on out here, get on the field.
Yeah, see what else is going on. So How can people get in touch with you if they want the services, or just get in touch with you if they want to pick your brain, or just how do folks get in touch? Like, what's the best way for folks to connect with you?
Oh, that's easy work. Instagram is the easiest way. Just follow me on Instagram. It's Heru Nefer, HERUNEFER. That's the easiest way. All of my contact information is there. My website is there. My phone number is there. My calendar is there. Set up some time with me for one-on-one. The first 30 minutes of consultation is free. We talk about your stress. We talk about your diet. We talk about how to get started, with Qigong or with Qi healing or any other the other modalities that I do. I do acupuncture and auricular therapy now. It's branched into deep understanding around traditional Chinese medicine. So we're healing the people, man. That's what we're here for.
That's what's up. So y'all make sure you tap in with Heru. His information is also in the description of the show. So make sure y'all tap in, follow him on Instagram, reach out. We need this information. Like he said, man, we got to get up off this stress, make sure that we're able to be healthy and happy, peace, joy, and happiness. So once again, this is Dre with Bill 206, and this is an episode of the Bill Blackwell Podcast. So I appreciate you joining us, brother.
I appreciate you having me on here, bro.
All right, till next time. Peace.